Hello everyone, sorry about that. But yes, Halloween is coming soon. Hold on. Yes, that was fam. Anyways, yes, Halloween is coming soon. I have things planned for Halloween, putting the finishing touches on the video that I'm gonna be uploading for Halloween. So much chaos, so much fun. But yeah, hopefully your Halloweens will be very fun, that you get to go trick-or-treating or maybe get some candy, whatever excuse you want to use, Hey, I need to take the dog for a walk and I need to get candy. Just use the dog as an excuse. I mean, hey, I'm out here with the dog anyways. And like, if you have tiny children with you, all the more reason to show them the joys. And also, the one-time stranger danger isn't a factor. But that's enough of that. I think anyways. Chaos and losing sanity. Indeed, Sebastian, indeed. But yeah, enough playing around. Let's get to the gaming screen. Oh, the dog? So far they're chilling, relaxing. Nothing crazy going on out there, so they don't have to bark incessantly. But yeah, let's move myself down here and get ready for the game. Alright. Now, we last left off, one of the main characters just, they are unalive. They are where we put them in this place, In the nice little stretcher there. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Look, nice gallery, too. Maybe we'll look at it at the end. The credits. Ooh, yes. There's endings. Wonder what the Crow Factory is. We'll have to find out. That's what we do. We find out things. Let's continue. Wow, lots of save files. Lots. I only expected like 1, 2, or 3. Like, just single digits. But no, this is a lot. Okay. I can get into this. Let's go! Let it load. Well, that's what we have to do. Just let it load. It'll be fine, just let it load. Okay. Hold on. Okay, we're back. That is a question. Is this factory producing corpses? That is a question. Anyways, let's get to reading. I've always liked the shape of my eyes. Well, I mean, eyes are very pretty if you look at them enough. They really can be. I can be critical about other parts of my body, but I'll never complain about my eyes. With or without makeup, I think they look great. Mother used to tell me I inherited her eyes, and my big sister inherited her father's eyes. To be honest, I don't see any of father's features in myself or my sister, but I do agree that my eyes are exactly replicas of mother's. Mother doesn't see too well anymore, and that might be something I'll have to also worry about in the future. But for now, My eyes are perfect, and I couldn't be happier with them. 40K Corpse Starch Factory. You mean like those, like, you know those grow an animal? Like, you drop an animal into water and then they expand. One of those? I should not be joking about that. I should not. But the idea is just so funny. I wear eyeshadow and eyeliner to bring out my best features. Some people tell me I use too much makeup, that I tend to overdo it and make myself look intimidating. Well, I don't really care. I mostly like the way I look, and honestly, how many people can claim the same? Today's morning ritual is the same as any other work day. I'm a slave to the wage, and I'm not proud of it. No, it's a edible food made. Oh my god. Yeah, I've heard of Warhammer. Like, people at school and, like, even my teachers talk about Warhammer and, like, super interesting. Like, you can be a great person, but, like, the world's still kind of shit. You can be a shit person, but the world balances out with good. Super interesting. I can say that much for a fact. Super duper interesting. Oh, indeed. As a person who works retail, it's horrid. Be nice to your retail workers. Be nice to your cashiers. Be nice to your servers. Make sure you tip the servers if you're in a country that allows tipping. AKA, just treat everyone well. Don't be a dick. Just treat everyone well if you can. That's just how it will be. Call me a corporate sellout, but I can't survive without money. My alarm goes off at 6 a.m., the shower's running by 6:05, and I'm dry and dressed by 6:15. I skip breakfast because I'm watching my figure, and spend until 6:30 a.m. working on my makeup. I'm out of my cramped shoebox apartment by 6:45 a.m. Pain. Sometimes I catch my neighbor returning home from his overnight shift, and if so, I exchange simple pleasantries with him and continue on my way. Well, at least she's polite. Because I probably do the same even though I'm inside, I am in pain. Today, there is no sign of my neighbor, so I don't slow down as I descend the stairs and exit the building. Hitting the convenience store for a can of coffee saps another few minutes from each day. Yeah. I'm lucky my family owns, like, a little shop like this, but they sell, like, sub sandwiches. But they also have drinks and such, so it's nice to pick up drinks and, like, food from there. So I totally get it. Totally get it. I prefer sweet milk coffees, but every now and then I'm in the mood for rich black coffee. Question. Chat. Tea or coffee? Because, that's a debate to be had on, hot drinks. Personally, I'm a tea person. Yeah, I have a little corner store. Well, a little sub-store I can head on into, well, afternoon or mornings. Because they're open until lunch rush is over. Because, you know, family business, they also have kids. Ooh, yeah. But, like, while coffee is fine, it really depends on how you make it, I guess. Because, like, some coffees are, like, ick. And some are just, and some are okay, some are good, you know? But then again, I guess it can be that way with tea, too. Regardless, I never start the day without it. I don't always need the energy boost, but it helps to stop my stomach growling. Indeed. Do not work on an empty stomach. It's a milk coffee kind of day, so I pay for my favorite brand and get out of the store in no time. The canned coffee dives into my handbag as I continue on my way. Ooh, that is also an interesting thing. Do you guys have, like, favorite brands of things? Like, I guess, here in Canada, we do have our Timmy's, but, honestly, I only go there for, like, their donuts. So, like, do you have a favorite brand of thing you like to go to, like, for any sort of thing? Like, say you're feeling like it's a pizza day, you have a favorite pizza brand, or, like, anything like that? That is another question. So many questions. So many questions. Anyways. The train station is always busy in the morning, and it's usually a struggle to navigate my way to the correct platform in time for the 7:12 a.m. train. Today is no different. Ah, yes. Public transit. I'm just lucky the public transit around here is not that confusing. At least so far. Like, there's like a couple stations, but they're like color-coded. So, and like there's only like a few colors. Like, there's a blue line, a red line, I know there's an orange line. Ooh, stick to store brand, cheaper stuff. Yeah. That's fair. Not wanting to splurge on expensive things. I mean, hey, we live in a world where everything's in prices going up and we need to save that money, so I'm not gonna shame you there for not going brand deals on things. Because, honestly, neither do I. Unless, like, the brand is, like, monopolized as is. You know what I mean? Like, for computers, right? If you go get computers, like, you know, your parents would probably do that. If they go grab computers, you probably have the HP, the Dell, the Intel, you know, those brands that those brands, like I said, no shame on not getting brands unless, again, they're already like the giant ass monopoly controlling everything in that certain part of the, you know. However, oh yeah, it's horrible when it comes to monopolization. Again, no shame in not going for brand things unless, you know, they're already there. Hey, again, no shame on fake Adidas or fake brand names. Yeah, exactly. Nvidia, AMD with GPUs, exactly. Like, exactly, and Intel and such for CPUs. Again, absolutely. Again, no shame in not going for brand things to try and save some money, but, like, if it's, like, already monopolized and, like, you can't find any cheaper brands because, like, the smaller brands have already been, chomped up, no shame in that. And hey, no shame in fake brand names on clothing and such, too, because, again, if you need to save, you need to save, and that's just how the world works, sadly. Even though some people might stick up their nose if you have fake brands, but no shame here. No shame here. However, I always make it in time because my routine has been perfected over the last few months. I board the train bound for Shinjuku. A cursory glance reveals there are no empty seats, so I push through the throng of bodies and stand against the carriage wall. Whenever there are seats available, I like to sit and read, but it's much more common to have to stand and stare at my phone screen, like almost everyone else. Yeah, at least when public transit's like the main option to get around. Yeah, sadly, although honestly I don't like having everything like digital when it comes to cash, because like at least here in Canada, you know of the whole incident where almost everyone's internet just got shut off. So like if that happens, it's just like hell on earth. So it's like that's partly why I don't want everything to become so digital, personally. And yeah, you definitely have to find any sort of way to save however you can. Whenever there are seats available, I like to sit and read, but it's much more common to have to stand and stare at my phone screen, like almost everyone else. When I do read, I read the classics. Stoker, Lovecraft, Poe, horror, Western horror. At that. Western. Poe, horror. Western horror, at that, is my favorite genre. Yeah, exactly, Feora. It isn't a great idea. I mean, again, because I live in Canada, I've witnessed and, like, partly experienced the horror of, like, everyone's internet just offing itself. Exactly, it's just super susceptible to issues, and again, I witnessed and was, like, in the area of where everyone's internet just got shut off. So, like, I know how bad, like, everything going digital is, and, like, I'm not personally never been a fan of that myself. Like, I like having physical things. Like, physical albums, physical books. Like, I know it takes up space. I know I'm not very minimalist. Yeah. And, like, cryptocurrency stuff and such, like, I'm already not a fan of that kind of stuff as is. Oh yeah, agreed. It's absolutely a scam. Never been a fan. Never, ever. And it is a bad idea. It is! Like, again, when you're in the area and, like, part of seeing how digital shit just collapses once you have, like, a monopoly of people who control internet and digital stuff like that, it can be very scary to, like, lose almost everything, honestly. Like, let's say your favorite playlist on a digital streaming service just shuts down. There's no more trace of there might be no more trace of smaller artists' music. Like, who knows how many artists in the past have already been left behind already with physical albums and such. Now imagine what will happen when everything goes digital and something chaotic happens there, and now we've lost so many smaller artists too. Like, again, it's such a bad idea for everything to go digital. I like physical things. Yeah, exactly. And, like, it's already happened here in Canada, where companies own network connection lines and such. And, like, it's a monopoly on that already. Yeah. Oh, please, don't remind me, Sebastian, about that. Oh, no. Okay, if I had to do that for a class, all they literally will get from me for a grade, is a changing dot, a dot that changes colors, and maybe a background that changes colors. And then a whole essay on why this is bad, and this is why it's not a stable business model. Anyways, nice to go on a nice little tangent on how that is. And also, yeah, one day, if everything goes digital, big companies can just raise prices, and it's just, you're effed if everything's digital anyways. Like, again. Yeah, exactly. It isn't. It really isn't. And, like, it's partly why I want, like, physical things. Again, so then, one, history cannot be erased. Because, you know, if everything goes digital, that means history will be digital too, and, well, I like to have a record of, hey, these people existed. Personally. And, like, two, so then, you know, we're all gonna get old. We're all gonna suffer the things our grandparents do. Forgetting everything. Maybe not recognizing things. Having that physical evidence of, hey, yeah, I remember that, yeah. It's always good. Like, do not let people shame you into not buying things. Not buying physical things. Always buy physical things. It's a great way to, you know, not only support the people who made music, the books, whatever you want to buy physically, but it's also a way to make sure you keep their memory alive. To say, hey, this author existed, this artist existed. Like, partly why I want to grow also. And, like, maybe sell physical merch that I designed is also to, you know, leave behind something. Anyways, nice horror topic there. Yeah, exactly. Things online absolutely can be erased. Even the so-called blockchain, they like to claim that it will always be traced back. I'm sure people will find a way to make sure that doesn't get traced back. Yep, and the uber rich do not want history saying they're the bad guys. Let's be honest. Thank you, Pyroar. Didn't mean to go off, but, like, I guess it fits the topic of horror, which this new girl really seems to like. And of course, faithful translations into Japanese are as good as it gets. My English isn't nearly strong enough to read these novels in their original language. Indeed, it is a bingo. If I'm stuck staring at my phone screen, I like to... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. History's written by the winners and written by the rich. Or at least those who can and have the ability to keep that evidence. If I'm stuck staring at my phone screen, I like to stalk people online. Hey! I try not to. I don't want to. But, like, it's super interesting, people watching. So I guess It's the same thing as, like, online people watching. Just watching what they post and such. Very interesting. Acquaintances or the few friends I have lead such boring lives. Well, I mean, if you've been around these friends and people for a long time, I mean, I guess you would consider, like, their day-to-day stuff kind of boring, but, like, honestly, I find it fascinating. I like to people watch, mainly as an artist to help with my drawings of humans and such. Yeah. Very fun to just sit on public transit sometimes and just people watch or, like, grab my sketchbook out and, like, sketch them out. Super duper fun. Because, like, not only does it improve my art skills as a whole, but, like, you do learn a lot about different types of people if you just quietly people watch. Don't be creepy and, like, stalk them around, but, like, when you see someone that catches your eye, just quietly watch them. Very interesting. They post about the most mundane topics all day, every day, acting like they'll shrivel up and die unless they get the attention they seek. Yeah, that is true. Some people do people watch a little too much. It can be a problem, but, like, again, make sure if you do people watch, do it respectfully. Don't follow the person around. Also, like, when I people watch, I like making stories up in my head, so then, again, it just helps with drawing the characters out. Very nice. Very good. I find their dull, tedious lives simply fascinating. Indeed, people are very fascinating. But then I guess that comes with me not being, well, neurotypical, I guess. Because, like, if I was, I'd probably find it just as dull. But, like, I'm not very quote-unquote normal, so I just find it very fascinating how people will lead their lives when I just quietly watch. Not stalk, just watch. When they get off, I just stay on until I need to go and, just move on with life. From behind the safety of a glass veil, I can fulfill my voyeuristic fetishes and consume as much pointless information as I desire. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Stories I've came up for some people. I mean, some are like, so this person has trekked a long way on this train, and he has casually fallen asleep. I see. This long journey must have worn him out. Must have worked very hard that day. Must have been doing a lot of soul searching. Or like a, very busy woman. Taking care of the kids, and the kids are causing much havoc. But then again, the children are having fun, probably pretending they're spacemen or cowboys. Probably cowboys, considering where I live, there's like a whole festival for like the yeehaw. It's actually pretty fun. I mean, like, you can ride the horses when summer comes around. there's rides, there's food, mostly carnival food that's like super expensive, and like some of it's super weird. But yeah, plenty of like seemingly mundane stories, but like when you draw it out on paper and such, it can really show your styles. Oh yeah, kids can be very absolutely cruel. But like it's fine. It's fine. Mainly, I think I'm only okay with it because I grew up in like, while my family's kind of small, like including the outer family, which we see fairly often, it's fairly large, and like cousins have kids. I will not have kids. But like, yeah. Exactly. Because like mundane small stories help fleshing out the lives of people in actual stories with bigger, much grander, larger characters. Indeed. Anyways, knowing every mundane tidbit of people's daily lives turns me on. Oh. Okay. Main character, okay. This morning is the same as any other. Ooh. Yeah, I like talking with my hands too when I can. I mean, I've always talked with my hands, honestly. But like, yeah. Oh my. I stare down at the phone held in my frail hand. My fingers move of their own accord, scrolling and tapping against the backlit display. Pausing. Yeah, it really did 1 to 0 to 100. Sebastian, you don't need to know. You don't need to know. Nuh-uh. No. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. You don't need to know. You do not need to know. My fingers move of their own accord, scrolling and tapping against the backlit display, pausing and pondering, pouncing on any post or picture that my pupils haven't yet consumed. Standing in the train carriage, packed to the gills with people, I can't help but feel my face getting flushed and my steamy breath escaping my lips. Well, wow, okay. Well, at least, as long as you already know. But if you do not know, you don't need to know. Folks, if you do not know, you don't need to know. It's okay. It's okay not to know things. Sometimes. I am a big proponent of education and learning. But, you know, sometimes it's just okay to not know. I digest post after post, photo after photo, memorizing the comings and goings of every single person on my noise activity feed. Yeah, definitely a people person. Definitely an extrovert, very people person. Again, if you don't know, you don't need to know. It's okay not to know things. And it's okay to not need to know things. You don't need to learn everything sometimes. It's okay. Again. She seems to just be, scrolling Twitter, but like, Pyro, you just don't need to know. Again, if you don't know, you don't need to know. It's okay to not know. We all are big proponents of learning and education, but sometimes it's better to not know. It's better to pretend you don't know or just not know at all. It's okay. I catch my breathing getting heavier. My gasp becoming short and sharp. Oh, 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 oh. Ray went to the dentist yesterday for a root canal. Mizuno shared some photos from her international vacation. Kawahara objects to owning pets and thinks all animals should be free. Oh. She'd be following some... Yes, knowledge is power, but sometimes you don't need that power. Sometimes that power is not needed. That knowledge is not needed. It's okay. You don't need to know. But yeah, she seems to be following certain people. Well, really, she's not following any... Like, none of these seem super... Like, you know... Shouldn't be that interesting, but, like, she finds it super interesting. In that way. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Power corrupts. Sometimes power corrupts, and sometimes you just don't need that power. It's okay to be ignorant, and it's okay not to know. Yeah, it does. It does corrupt quite a bit. So, again, while I'm a big proponent of learning and education, sometimes you do not need to know. Sometimes you can just let it go and pretend it just didn't happen. So you don't need to know. Anyways, yeah. Kawahara seems to be that kind of person. I mean, I do agree some certain pets should not be kept as pets. Looking at you, Mr. King. You know which king I'm talking about. It's probably none of the VTubers here. He has his own Netflix series. Those pets. You know those pets. The pets that will probably eat your face off. No. Do not keep those as pets, please. I object to wild animals being kept as pets. We are not going to have tigers as pets. No. Yes, exactly. It's one of those gossip people. Exactly! Exotic pets are weird! Okay? Like, you know, like, how some animals at this point in time have already been bred to be, are already, like, bred and domesticated, and, like, if you send them out there in the wild, they will not survive in the wild. Exactly. Like, again, throughout human history, humans have already been keeping animals as pets. Exactly! When Tiger goes tiger, you're gonna find out why we don't keep wild animals as pets. And, like, again, I'm sure human history has documented that we have been taming and breeding animals for captivity for the longest time. And yes, monkeys. Oh, monkeys. Why do people keep them? Look, I know they're cute from, like, behind a screen, behind a fence, behind a cage. But, they are still wild animals. Monkeys are not tameable. If gorillas, chimps, and such are, like, our closest living relatives, and, like, we aren't quote-unquote tameable, you know, why do they think monkeys and things like that are tameable either? I do not get it. Why are you keeping them? So, like, I agree with some pets. They should not be owned. But, like, at this point in human history, oh yeah, bulldogs and other such dogs as well, it's so sad. Like, people find them cute, but it's like, they have hard times breathing. Exactly. There's a difference between a dog that has been bred and domesticated over, like, years and years. That is a whole different coin. Indeed, the animal breeding industry and, like, the purebreds are definitely a whole different can of worms I we will not touch. Oh yeah, monkeys will F your day up. But yeah. Yeah. Some pets should not be pets. But like, at this point in time, like, yeah, teacup poodles and, well, teacup animals in general should not exist either. Okay? But like, at this point in time, like, animals that have been domesticated over, like, what, thousands? Oh yeah, they have been so... Oh yeah. Their eyeballs just... out of their heads. And, like, they could still dangle there. It is very scary, very sad. Not pleasant at all. But yeah, some pets, yeah, they should, not be pets. But, like, after so many years of domesticating, like, dogs and cats domesticating themselves in a sense, and, like, pets like those that have lost the wild instincts. Like, even if we set animals like rabbits and hamsters free, those domesticated animals cannot survive in the wild. So they actually shouldn't be set free. Oh. Okay, main character. My cheeks glow crimson. My chest begins rising and falling quickly. I clutch the collar of my shirt, knuckles whitening, knees shaking. Dude. Miss. The tweets are not that interesting. The tweets ain't that interesting. You are not following such accounts, ma'am. Ma'am. Those are not those types of accounts. Why are you feeling like this? Yeah, clearly. A few people in the carriage start to move away from me, but I barely notice them. Yeah, exactly. Ugh. Indeed. But that's a whole... Yeah, all these... that talks of breeding and... Actually, apparently, like, hamsters can live well. It's just that the pet stores sell you shit cages for them. Like, they're supposed to live in, like, giant cages. Like, very, very big. And, like, they shouldn't be climbing things at all. They're burrowing animals, so... If you do plan on a hamster, just don't get pet store cages. They're, like, terrible for them. And also, no, hamsters do hibernate, so... Yeah, if it gets a little too cold in your room and your hamster just does not breathe, it seems, just move it to a warmer room and see if it, like, wakes up again. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. No, Pyro, no. Not giving them their number. My fingers keep scrolling and I hit the jackpot. Oh no, what's the jackpot? A new post from a coworker at my office, Tomoya Watanabe. She's a gal girl, the type with a heavy fake tan, bleached blonde hair, and questionable clothes. Okay. So, Gyaru. I mean, those type of girls, like, their fashion choices are super interesting to do art for when I look at him. Like, they may be questionable clothes, but they're very good for character design and such. I will not judge. Very good. Questionable clothes. I hate her, but I love her posts. Oh no! She's one of those people! She's one of those people! Oh no! the fact that she's a hate follower. She hate follows this girl. Oh my lord. Oh no. I mean, you do have to respect the dedication to loving her post, but like hating the person in general. Like, I don't know how those kinds of people do it. I could not stand to hate follow people I genuinely dislike. I cannot. I cannot. This morning's update reads, Tomomo! 53 minutes ago. That's a cute little greeting, Tomomo. 53 minutes ago. That's a cute username, Tomomo. 53 minutes ago. Just found this Corpse Girl website. Such fake bull. Waiting to meet a bitch to try it on. Ooh, boy. Tomoe just discovered Corpse Girl's website, huh? I feel a slight squeal trying to escape from my throat as my legs threaten to buckle underneath me. I can't take the excitement anymore, and I have to force my phone from my hands and bury it at the bottom of my handbag. Deep breaths, Noriko. Deep breaths. Okay, so our new main character is Noriko. The past one's kind of off, so this is our new one, Noriko. I need to calm down and control myself. Composure is key. I mean, her character design is pretty. Agreed. I close my eyes and let a cool breath of air whistle through my slightly parted lips. Feeling a little calmer and no longer ready to explode, I analyze the information I just read. The past one, she's no longer in this story. Yeah, she just don't exist. She just doesn't exist anymore, at least in this story. Tomoe wants to try out Corpse Girl's website? That's good. That's very, very good. Rumor has it that you can visit the website and request the death of somebody you know. Again, partly why I titled my past two streams, quotes from the show Hellgirl, because, like, this is, like, similar concept. You visit a website, request the death of somebody you know. Spam bot! Out! No, we will not have the spam bot here. Yes, the bots have found me. It's okay, though. Thank you, Feora. But yes, the bots. They're terrible, terrible things. But yes, Hellgirl, basically an anime where you go to a characters go to a website, request the death of somebody they know, and, like, person's offed. Very good anime. Nice to watch for the Halloween season. Old but good. Like the first one's the Japanese quote from the girl that takes you straight down. Ippen shindemiru. And this one is, perhaps it is time to die. Again, both the dub and the sub version of Hellgirl, very good. Recommend. How and if the victim dies isn't known to the public. Because of that, some people are pretty quick to dismiss the site as a hoax. However, the most interesting part isn't how or if the victim dies, but rather what happens to the victim before they die. Supposedly, the victim will receive a photo of their own corpse. That... I don't think that has ever been delved into, Feora. That has never been delved into in the show. No. Supposedly, the victim will receive a... Now, this is, like, the thing that's new to this world. The victim will receive a photo of their own corpse, which is very interesting. How this photo exists before the victim's life is snuffed out isn't public knowledge. But the thought of this phenomena occurring is utterly intriguing, indeed. Nevertheless, the site has been gaining popularity lately, at least in certain corners of the internet. Yeah, I can see that. I can absolutely see that being a thing in certain corners of the internet. Message boards like Noise Channel and other similar sites have picked up on the rumors and like to exaggerate the website's authenticity. The fact that someone like Tomoe, a rather dense, dim-witted individual, is the work of an anime. I mean, who knows? Because we haven't gone far enough into the story to know if that is the case. Someone like Tomoe, a rather dense, dim-witted individual, has discovered the website means that it's actually more well-known than I previously thought. It means that people are actually talking about it outside of the internet. That is true. That is true, I guess. Only if Tomoe isn't, like, chronically online, though. Chances are good that Tomoe will want to try it out and request the death of someone in the office. A coworker. Me, perhaps? She hates my guts as much as I hate hers. Finally, something exciting is going to happen in our dull workplace. Yeah, Noriko's really just taking a shit on Tomoe here. Like... Are we sure about this? Okay.
The next station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
I see we do have someone who might be chronically online. It's okay to be chronically online sometimes because some people just have problems with the sun. Yeah, there are people who just can't be outside because of the sun and, like, the moon reflects sunlight, but, like, it's not as powerful as, like, direct sun. As the automated announcement reads through a list of connecting train lines, I get ready to disembark. I know that feeling. Like, you hate some of their coworkers, the people you work with, but, like, seriously. She really, really hates them. Like, damn. Like, to go out of your way to hate follow, too. The train pulls to a stop, and I contort my body around the other passengers in an attempt to exit the train. I mean, you can say that. You can definitely say, like, those people are vampires in a sense. Again, the condition's very interesting. When I read about people who literally cannot go out into the sunlight. Very interesting. Even though they don't consume blood. But it's still very interesting. Finally, free of the tangled finally free of the tangled mass of flesh, I hasten my pace and navigate through the labyrinth station. I take the exit closest to my office and settle into a slower walk. I'm on time, and I never desire to reach the office any earlier than needed. And that's okay. So long as you get there on time. Because, like, you don't need to go there any earlier unless, like, called to. It doesn't take long for the looming office tower to enter my field of vision. 32 stories of office space all crammed into one sleek, slim tower. The name, Temujin, is stamped across the structure in gigantic block letters. If you're looking for this building in Shinjuku, you can't possibly miss it. Temujin carries the title of Japan's third biggest banking corporation. Noriko is a banker. And so is Tomoe, so, I wouldn't be shit-talking her. Like, she's living her life. She's probably smart enough if she got hired by, like, banking corporation. You know? Probably smart enough. And, like, she's living the life she wants to live. I wouldn't shit-talk her so much, Noriko. It's a gigantic company with other branches in Kyoto, Osaka, Sapporo, Fukuoka, and a dozen smaller cities I don't even remember. I've worked here for close to 3 months now. Not a long time in the grand scheme of things. That said, I'm only a temp, and all I do is data entry. Temp work. I work on the 14th floor along with about 60 other junior employees, including gal girl Tomoe Watanabe. I don't speak to many of my coworkers. That's the way I like it. Agreed. Exactly, Feora. Like, the banking industry isn't like a cash register job where you just poke buttons and, like, the till comes out and you give change and stuff. No. You need to be, like, very, very focused, and, like, you need to know how to exactly handle cash in order to get into a banking industry like this one. At least I feel. When I reach the building, I enter through the giant double sliding doors and find myself in the familiar lobby. Comfortable couches line the wall, circling a reception desk. 4 large elevators are tucked away in a nook behind the reception desk. It's already busy this morning. Though, to be fair, this place is packed all the time. I mean, yeah, banks would probably be fairly packed if, things aren't happening in the world. I avoid the crowds of sharply dressed business people, feeling a little out of place in my semi-formal shirt and skirt. Ducking into a newly opened elevator, I tap my employee ID card to a backlit panel and press the button for my floor. The doors close and the elevator begins its smooth ascent. I'm surprised to find that I'm the only one traveling up. I reach my floor and listen to the soothing chime as the doors open, revealing the open layout office before me. The static drone of workplace noise fills my ears. Conversation, ringing phones, fingers tapping against keyboards, photocopiers, even the steady low hum of the air conditioner contributes to the overall dim. I make my way to my desk, stationed in the middle of the floor and surrounded by a dozen other identical desks. As I walk, somebody taps me on the shoulder gently.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
morning to you. Well, personally, I'd say good evening. But, like, good evening. Character design, fairly simple, but that's fine. You're just a simple bank person so far as I know, Shinya. Shinya Fujikawa, my senior. Though he's really only a couple months older than me. He's worked here for a whole year, after taking an internship straight out of senior high school. He's not an intern anymore, though I'm not quite sure of his job title.
Morning, Fujikawa.
Okay. What?
How was your commute this morning?
Shinji! Evangelion! I mean... Shinji has much bigger eyes and, like... But, like, I can see somewhat of the resemblance. Somewhat. You know? Oh. Hold on. Are we still going? Are we still okay? Okay, looks like we're okay. I just needed to check. Because sometimes when things like that happen, you do need to just be careful that it's not gonna die on me. No! But, like, I can see the resemblance! I can see the resemblance! Okay, good. I'm glad we're good. But yeah, I can see the resemblance.
Fine, same as usual.
That's good to hear. Did you read any of your novels?
He's referring to the horror books I like to read. I can tell from his tone that he doesn't exactly approve of the subject matter. Oh, Shinji. Wait. Shinya. Oh, Shinya. Look what you've done, guys. You've got me calling him Shinji. His name's Shinya. Even though I can see the resemblance between the two, I cannot. I've known Shinya since junior high. We go way back. But I wouldn't exactly call us friends. However, he is the one that landed me this job, even though it's just a temporary contract. I've always had the feeling that he's a bit sweet on me. I could be wary of the mark, though. I could be way off the mark, though.
Well, I couldn't get a seat on the train today. Too hard to read while standing.
That's a shame. You, still haven't accepted my, friend request, did you know?
No! Oh no! Poor Shinya! He probably doesn't realize! Oh no! Oh no! Poor Shinya! You don't realize it. Poor kid. I have to fight the urge to roll my eyes. He's a nice guy, but we're connected on Noise once before, and I had to delete. We were connected on Noise once before, and I had to delete him. He's super obsessed with his father's detective work. Exactly, not the friend request! And, like, clearly Noriko. Now we know, like, she's just not that interested. Oh, poor Shinya. He's super obsessed with his father's detective work, and all he ever posts about is his assumptions and theories on petty crime cases. Oh no. Is he one of those true crime accounts? Is he one of those true crime accounts? Oh no! True crime accounts! He's probably one of those true crime accounts! Oh no! Noriko's not interested in that! Oh, poor boy! This poor kid! Normally I'd find anyone on my friend list fascinating. But here's the thing. Shinya never posts about his personal life. All he writes are long-winded rants on boring cases. Oh, Dios míos, not true crime! Yeah, exactly! He's a true crime account! He's literally a true crime account! Like, I do enjoy true crime content, but like, there's like, only so much you should consume of that kind of content, but like, oh no, Shinya. Shinya's really a true crime account. Oh, poor child. It's far beyond the amount of dullness even I can stand. I fish my phone out of my handbag and pretend that I'm looking at Noise.
Oh, how about that? Looks like I don't have any incoming friend requests.
I quickly dip my phone back into my bag.
How peculiar. Well, I'll
Oh no.
try and add you again later.
Well, I'll try to add you again later. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Shinya! How are you so dead? You poor child!
Sure, no problem.
Well, anyway, I better get to it. Work hard today, okay?
Oh, this poor child.
You got it.
This poor child. Shinya offers a formal bow and goes on his way. Before I can take a step forward toward my desk, a mocking voice whispers in my ear. Yeah, he just doesn't get it. Oh, this poor child. He does not get it. Why are you trying to send another friend request? Shinya! No! Let me make sure. Things good here. Since moved on by now. How long are you gonna lead on sweet little Shinya? See, Tomoe gets it. Tomoe gets it. How long are you gonna lead this poor kid on? I shiver and find Tomoe Watanabe lurking right behind me, buzzing around my neck like an irritating mosquito.
That poor boy really has the hots for you. When are you gonna tell him you're a cold-hearted psycho? Listen, I'm not leading psycho type would say, don't you reckon?
Of course, this is none other than Gal Girl Tomoe, the very same brain-dead moron who posted this morning about wanting to try Corpse Girl's website. Now, again, Tomoe seems to just be living her life. I mean, again, she got a nice banking job here. Also, I mean, she may or may not have a point about Noriko. Exactly. Like, Tomoe's not that dumb. As much as Noriko, aka our main protagonist, wants to lead us on to believe, Noriko isn't that. Our Tomoe here is not that dumb. She's the kind of person that likes to stir up trouble and instigate conflict. She's had her vacant eyes on me since the day I first stepped foot into the office. She loves to torment me any chance she gets. Maybe I rubbed her the wrong way somehow, though I'm not sure what I ever did to her. Even though she's a data entry temp like me, she worked here just a little longer than I have. Unfortunately, that means I have to defer to her as my superior in this professional environment. She knows as much and likes to take advantage of the fact as often as possible.
It's funny, you know. You don't look like the type of skank to lead on a goody-goody like Shinya.
Okay, no need to use that language, but like, she is leading the poor guy on. Poor boy. Poor boy.
I told you, I'm not leading him on. Well, if you're not interested, maybe I'll take him out this weekend and tongue him at the cinema.
Well.
Gross. Do what you want, but I doubt he's into someone with your, looks. Oh yeah? What would you know? You think he likes your flat chest, little Miss Gothic Lolita?
Okay, go at it, you two. You two can just go at it. I'll just sit here and like chill. I know I should shrug off comments such as this, and normally I would. But backing down from Tomoe isn't something I can do easily.
I'll give you a tip. Guys like Shinya are smart, clever. If you want to impress him, don't let him know your head is as full of air as your inflatable breasts.
Jeez. But like Noriko, that's not how those work. Like fake ones, that's not how they work. It's just not. A flash of crimson lights up Tomoe's face as she looks ready to lash out at me. A group of co-workers, juniors like us, look over to us in concern. Yeah, indeed. Goddamn. Tomoe takes a step back from me, but not before signaling a rude gesture with her fingers. We know which one. We know which one.
We ain't done here, Noriko. Watch your back. I'm trembling.
Tomoe walks away, and I breathe a sigh of relief. If it wasn't for having to deal with her, I wouldn't dread coming to work every day. Anyway, I wonder when she is planning to test out Corpse Girl's website. Will she try it on me since we just fought? I'm not really sure if I should be excited or scared. Either way, it will definitely be fun to find out what happens if she does try the website. I finally reach my desk and take note of the time I was supposed to start working, 5 minutes ago. So I quickly log into my computer and check today's task list. It's all standard stuff today. I need to transfer a few tables of numbers from a spreadsheet into our company's online database. Sebastian! Sebastian, do not encourage this! Do not encourage it! It's late. Not a vampire. Oh yeah, time zones. It's only 8 around here. When I'm done, I have to run it by a few other people and then commit the changes to the server. The work is dull and repetitive, but my salary isn't bad. On the plus side, I get to wear headphones and listen to music while I work. I guess that is the perks of a desk job. If there was an epic bellow, I'm sure we'd know. I dip into my handbag and retrieve my headphones. My phone, a can of milk coffee, and a handful of breath mints. I lay them all out on my desk neatly. I slip my headphones on, plug them into my phone, and hit play on my work playlist. Loud, symphonic metal lovingly trashes my ears as I crack open the can of coffee and take a long sip. Ooh, indeed, saving. Saving, just in case. Nothing like decision important happened yet, so I think we can save here. Long sip.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's get started indeed. Oh. No games. Okay. I return home to my quiet, cramped apartment after work. The place is eerily silent, a stark contrast to the bustling office where I spend my days. Throwing my handbag onto the tiny coffee table, I pick up my laptop and sit on the couch. I lie back and get comfortable, letting the laptop rest on my stomach as it boots up. The welcome screen loads up, so I click a couple of times, open my web browser, and then head to a very specific website saved in my favorites. Hey! Corpse Girl's website. A cute dancing zombie girl is animated at the top of the page. A peculiar irregularity that always makes me giggle. Indeed. Indeed, why the thumbnail has changed to have... Because I use this thing as kind of a reference. Hehe. Oh. Odd. I noticed that the page view counter at the bottom. It is a bit peculiar to have like a death website in the favorites. Considering like the rumors around it. Like even if you don't know, like if you don't believe that you know, you fill out whatever form they have there and the person you put in will just be offed. Like, it's very peculiar. Very peculiar. I noticed that the page view counter at the bottom of the site is nearly the same as it was yesterday. There have been maybe 4 or 5 new visitors. I mean, it's possible they got the iconic growly voice man on accident. I heave a sigh. Maybe the website isn't quite that well known after all. That begs the question, how did Tomoe discover it? Well, never mind that. My eyes scan to the website's content. Request a death. Big, bold letters headline the site. The intention couldn't be clearer. Further information on the site is sparse. Brief instructions tell the user to fill in a victim's phone number and upload a photo. Aside from that, there's not much else to mention. It doesn't even ask for a name. Hold. for a moment. How was the Death Note website first when they were splashing over Twitter? Who knows? Who knows? Who really knows? Honestly, who really knows how the Death Note website's first when they're splashing all over Twitter? Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. Aside from that, there's not much else to mention. It doesn't even ask for a name. That's what the WhatsApp bots do! No! Not the WhatsApp bots! After scanning the site, I move my mouse to the browser's address bar and click. I type a / after the website's address, and then add the word admin. I hit the enter key. A login page presents itself with empty username and password fields waiting to be filled in. Oh, if only it was that easy. If only it was that easy. If only it was that easy. If only. If only. Trying to get the hacks in. Again, if only it was that easy. Just put a / in front of said website you want to hack and add admin. Again, as if that's how it works. Oh, if only it were that easy. So many sites would be shut down so quickly. Where did they get the money from and what's the point of making the website? Who knows? Who knows? That's part of the mystery. My fingers tap dance around the keyboard, and within moments I'm presented with a brand new page. A blinking slab of text greets me. One new request. A crooked smile cracks my stony expression. Finally! Somebody has requested a death. Honestly, if I could do that, I just make sure I have the community tab on my end. Because, like, I see people getting it and, like, I haven't gotten it yet. It's, like, a little infuriating, personally. Because, like, I kind of want it. Mainly to see how it works. But, like, yeah. Just /admin on any site. As if that's how it works. Somebody has asked me, Corpse Girl, to kill a victim. This is where things get exciting. Ooh. I giggle and feel my cheeks flush red. This is the first request I've had for about a week. I've been logging in every evening, fingers crossed that somebody has elected a new victim for me. I got it. It's like, huh? Because, yeah, exactly. Like, I still haven't gotten it. Again, it's only infuriating for me because I just want to try it out. That's mainly why. I'm not even infuriating that smaller creators have gotten it before me. It's just that I'm mad because why won't you give it to me? Because I want to try it out, YouTube. Anyways, logging in every evening, fingers crossed that somebody has elected a new victim for me. Today, my wish has come true. I can't help but feel emotional at a time like this. My lower lip trembles and I feel tears welling up. I dab the corners of my eyes gently to avoid smudging my makeup. As I hover my mouse cursor over the view request button, a familiar and pleasant tingling sensation surges in my chest and my stomach, my thighs. I shiver with anticipation, my hot and steamy breath beginning to fog up the laptop screen. You sure you should be feeling that way about, offing people? That might be a problem. You need to see a therapist. I click the button. Request details. Today, 2:47 p.m. local time. Oh, we wish. We wish, Pyroar. Oh, I only wish. Victim's phone. Because, I'm sure people are dumb enough if they put in actual number. Someone's gonna actually try to dial that shit. Downloading image attachment. The victim's photo automatically loads on my screen. The person in front of me is a total stranger, but that's okay. It doesn't change the task set out before me. A woman, rather plain, in her early 30s. She's well dressed, with minimal makeup, and she's not really putting her personality on display. Indeed, she's definitely a sadist. A sadistic little psycho. It's a nice photo, better quality than some of the images I've received in the past. In fact, the photo looks like a corporate ID picture. I wonder if it was downloaded from a company database or website. Well, the source of the photo doesn't matter. The simple fact of the matter is that somebody has made a request for this person to die. Yeah. Do with it. Let's hope that's not gonna happen, Sebastian. I pray that's not gonna happen. I have no idea. Maybe she is. I have no idea, but it's like looking that way. It falls to me to fulfill their request, and as Corpse Girl, I take requests very, very seriously. Yeah, I think we might be following the Mordor. I have to. I'll have to be right back. You guys be decent and don't try to do anything bad while I'm gone. Okay, I have returned. Someone was at the door. Delivery. This late at night. Family delivery. This late at night. Anyways, let's get back to it. I have the victim's photo, and I have her phone number. All I need now is to select a way for her to meet her untimely demise. I previously thought about including an extra field on my website, an option for the user to choose the way they want their victim to die. After all, it would reduce the amount of strain on my creativity if the method was decided for me. But after careful consideration, I decided against it. Some people are sick, twisted. The cause of death could be far beyond my means and impossible to achieve. Therefore, allowing the user to define the cause of death just isn't feasible. Instead, I'll stick to my current modus operandi. Everything depends on the quality of the victim's photo. If it's detailed and the victim's features are easily distinguishable, then I can be rather creative with the cause of death. Perhaps the victim's face suffers grotesque burns, or has an iron stake thrust through her skull. However, if the victim's photo is low quality and doesn't provide enough detail to identify the subject, I have to resort to the default cause of death. A terrible, unlucky fall from a great height. Maybe she slips, or maybe someone stumbles into her and sends her tumbling over a rail. The end result will be the same, a swift, crushing death from on high. The victim will end up face down on the concrete, completely unrecognizable, save for her clothes and accessories. It's not my favorite cause of death, but in some cases it is necessary. Regardless, it is still a valid way to fulfill the request. For now, it's time to get started. I can barely contain my excitement. I squirm against the couch, crossing and uncrossing my legs in a vain attempt to dissipate the heat rising through my body. Taking a deep breath, I try to calm my nerves and get to work. Again, girl, you need therapy. Like, therapy. The victim will receive a photo of her own corpse, time-stamped with the date of her death. It's Corpse Girl's signature move, my calling card, if you will. Seeing an image of one's own disfigured corpse is sure to strike fear into one's heart. And that's precisely the reason I take the step, to make the victim panic and act rashly. Ooh. I mean, copyrighted music would not be good for stream, but that would be an interesting choice of song, you know? That would be very fun. First things first, I saved the victim's photo to my laptop's hard drive. I stored it in a folder discreetly named System Files, hidden away in the root directory of my operating system. A password-encrypted directory, of course. Next, I open up my favorite image editing software and load the photo. Looking carefully at the detail in the picture, I can see that this will be a work of art. I can really go to town with this request. I minimize the software, open my web browser, and access a particular website. The database of the deceased, the DD as it's known on the dark web. My secret weapon, the ultimate resource for my work. The DD is a collection of countless high-resolution photographs of dead bodies. Good old Photoshop! Yes, Kratos falling meme. Very good meme. But yes, now we know how how the dead get their photos before they actually die. Photoshop! Of course it is! Why wouldn't it be? Murder victims, crime scenes, suicides, okay? Yeah, she is one of those people. Again, we now know the secret of how Corpse Girl gets their photos of the dead before they actually did. Photoshop. But like, wow, okay. If somebody has died in one way or another, chances are good that some perverted individual has captured the moment in all its gory glory. Yep. Such valuable images are essential to my work. Using these photos as a base, I can edit my victim's details in the picture. Ooh. Such valuable images are essential to my work. Using these photos as a base, I can edit my victim's details into the picture. My process is simple. I start by locating the perfect corpse photo. I search the database, and in less than 2 minutes, I discover a disgustingly detailed photo of a woman with her entrails spilling from her stomach. Her face is blue, having suffocated before even having a chance to bleed to death. She's about the same age as my victim. She's of similar height and build. Finding a photo that specifically suits my victim's features is easy thanks to the DD's excellent catalog of tags and filters. Yeah, of course. I simply search for the keywords that match my victim's description and find a corpse that fits. Using this photo as a starting point, I digitally edit my victim's face onto the body. It's not some quick job that even a child can do. It's a painstakingly crafted work of art that would fool even the keenest eye. Photoshop. The things you have allowed some people to do. An hour passes, then 2, then 3. Before I know it, midnight has come and gone, but the work is nearing completion. All that remains is to add the final touches. Yeah. Death Group has better tags than some mainstream websites. LMAO. That is true, though. Like, how can this fictional death site have better tags than some of them? The websites that we now know and love. Ow! I like to add specific distinguishable details to the image. A personal item or accessory, clothes, makeup, you name it. I can edit it in. Oh, Photoshop. The power you've given some of these people. With personal details added, I adjust the lighting and color palette just slightly, enough to make the photo truly unique. If the victim decides to reverse image search the photo and discovers that it's a forgery, all my work would be for naught. And with that, the masterpiece is complete. A grisly, gruesome, gratuitously gory gift for the soon-to-be departed. The victim will receive this photo of a corpse that is, for all intents and purposes, a perfect replica of her own physical form. She will open the image on her phone, and the life she once knew will crumble to pieces. My lips curl into a satisfied smirk during my hours of work. My breathing eventually steadied. My excited nerves settled into a zen-like calm. But seeing the finished art piece now, I begin to feel my heart pounding once more. The macabre vision before me is exhilarating. Adrenaline and dopamine surge throughout my body, giving me a sudden head rush of bliss. To say that I'm attracted to the sight of blood and guts would be misleading. No, I'm not into that at all. Yeah, so what we've learned from this is Tomoe is correct. Tomoe is correct. Noriko's a psycho. The excitement stems from the thought of taking control of somebody else's life, dictating the future, controlling their fate. For with the creation of this image, I have taken the victim's life into my own hands, like a puppet master pulling the strings of a marionette. By forging this convincing creation, I will compel the victim to take their own life. That's right, my own hands need not become stained. The hands of Corpse Girl have never been dirtied with the blood of a victim. You sure about that? I mean, I consider this kind of bloodying your hands, you know? That's just my personal view on it. This is the true nature of my work. Carefully crafting corpse photos in such a way to convince the victim that their fate is already sealed, that no matter what they do, they cannot escape the death that awaits them. And the date stamped on the photo is the icing on the cake, the ultimate driving force behind the victim choosing to end their own life. A date so near in the future, a time that has not yet occurred, a fiber of uncertainty carefully interwoven into the image that causes the victim to pause and consider the possibilities. Is this photo from the future? Is this truly my fate? How can I outrun a future that has already been pre-decided? These are the thoughts that run through a victim's mind. Despair and dread flood the senses. Overwhelming anxiety gives way to a calm acceptance. This is my dead body. This is how I die. Why should I fight it? And when the victim's last vestige of resistance gently breaks like a silk spiderweb being torn by a cool breeze, they finally give in. They invite their end. Yeah. Okay, it is over. Yeah, exactly. Someone who just does not care. Exactly. This girl is like one single letter away from breaking down. Just one simple K and like left on red after that. Just K left on red after that. That will shatter her. Right in the end. This is the way it will go down for this woman. This complete and total stranger. I'm confident, certain, convinced. I don't think so. But okay. It was a sudden spark of inspiration that guided me to begin fabricating corpse photos about a year ago. I can never recall exactly what it was that spawned the idea. Sometimes I get close to remembering, but the recollection dances at the edge of my mind and slips back into the darkness. Regardless, I ventured down a dark and dangerous path. I built Corpse Girl's website and invited strangers to request the deaths of people they knew. It was a sales tactic, simply a way to encourage users to submit images. I had no intention or means of ending lives. Little did I know the true power I wielded. I only intended to create corpse photos and send them to people for fun. So psycho behavior. Who does this for fun? Like, I know we send photos to other people for fun sometimes, you know, memes, gifs of memes, you know, those types of photos. We do send those for fun. But who sends dead people photos for fun? Who sends dead people photos for fun? Yeah, she's already on the light Yagami route, man. Like, sending corpse photos to people for fun? Like, photos of dead people, though. It's photos of dead people. And I'm not, like, talking about, playing God and, like, also, again, who sends photos of people that are dead for fun? Like, I'm not talking about, like, memes of, like, those who have passed, but, like, you know, they still look alive and well in those memes and photos. You know, those photos and memes where people have passed, but, like, you know, the meme still lives on and it's good and healthy and, like, not the actual dead photo, the photo of the dead. I'm just saying. I wanted to startle and scare some unsuspecting fools. It would be a lie to claim that I didn't get off on it. The thought of people shrieking in fear at the sight of their own corpse was more than delicious. It sated my budding lust. It filled a dark hole in the depths of my soul and gave me purpose. Girl! You need better friends, Sebastian. You need better friends. I don't know where they got that video from, but that is disturbing. You need better friends. And Noriko, you really need therapy. Like, therapy. Like, giant ass therapy. Like, get an actual doctor. Because clearly you need to talk to someone, aka a professional, about the fact that you have a hole in your soul and sending dead photos of the dead is what's giving you life. You need help. Never in a million years did I dream that one of my corpse photos would result in the death of another human being. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to share the horrors you can see in the world. You don't. I'll never forget her name. Ruri Hanato. 20-something, slim, gorgeous. Eyes that took my breath away the moment I gazed upon her portrait. She was the first person to make me feel bad about crafting hoax photos. The only person to make me feel bad about it. But I did it anyway. Corpse Girl never rejects a request. It's her, my conviction. I forged a beautiful rendition of her death. Thanks to some rather macabre source photos obtained via database of the deceased, I strung Ruri's corpse up in a field like a ghoulish scarecrow. The photo was incredible. It was my 5th or 6th work. The 5th or 6th time a user of Corpse Girl's website requested a death. Ruri Hanato died just hours after receiving the photo. I don't know why. I don't know if she killed herself or if someone murdered her. But I know one thing. Ruri Hanato's body, her real body, was found in a field hanging like a scarecrow, surrounded by crows. Her eyes had been gouged out of her skull, and her stiff fingers clutched her phone tightly. According to the news report, her phone displayed a familiar image, the very image I created of her corpse. When I first learned of Ruri's death, I was overcome with varying emotions. I felt sick, elated, disgusted, overjoyed, depressed, aroused. Girl, you need therapy. Therapy. Big letters. Therapy. Had I somehow caused her death? Was Corpse Girl responsible for taking a life? Even though my hands weren't stained with blood, I still felt responsible. A lurid truth descended upon me at that moment. Corpse Girl held the power to end lives, and the more I dwelled on that fact, the more obvious it became to me. I began to feel that power pulsing through my veins. Yeah, she needs a mental institution and, forced therapy. I mean, I guess you can say that it reminds you of that kind of figure. Yes, Sebastian. Yeah, true, it's a little late for good old therapy, but, she needs the whole institution and forced therapy and just the whole 9 yards when it comes to mental health help. Everything she needs that can help her mental health, she needs it, institutionalized therapy, everything. Girl. Power pulsing through my veins, thrumming in my blood as my heart pumped and pounded within my chest. I can't explain how the power works. I don't know why I have it. But somehow, the corpse photos I create can compel a victim to end their own life or compel someone else to end it for them. Ruri died in the way that I envisioned. Her dead body matched the fake corpse photo I painstakingly crafted. And I didn't even have to leave the safety and comfort of my apartment to ensure her death. Corpse Girl's power is real, extraordinary, and I vow to exercise that power as frequently as possible. Again, girl, you need the whole 9 yards of mental health help. You need all of it. All of it. Ruri Hanato died last year. Since then, I've been chasing that rush, that thrill that comes with snuffing out a soul. It wasn't hard to grow the popularity of Corpse Girl's website after that incident. Oh yeah, at this point she is mass murderer. Yeah, clearly. Particularly the dark corners of the internet gobbled up the news with enthusiasm, and the site saw an influx of new visitors. And on a few occasions, I even overheard people in the real world whispering about the mysterious website that lets you request a death. I've crafted corpse photos for dozens of requests. Each photo is more convincing and realistic than the last, thanks to my ever-evolving skills. But none of my recent attempts have been successful. Not a single person has dropped dead since Ruri Hanato. I'm beginning to wonder if Corpse Girl's power has fizzled out. Or perhaps I never had any power to begin with. Probably this one? Maybe Ruri's death was simply a fluke, a morbid coincidence. I spent countless hours doubting myself. Doubting Corpse Girl, as I tried so hard to replicate that one success. Every time I receive a request, I do the same thing as I did in Rui Hanato's case. I edit the photo of the victim, I create a convincing corpse photo, and I timestamp it with a time of death. I send the photo to the victim, then I leave the rest up to fate. But nothing ever comes of it. I'm not so delusional to think that in normal circumstances a simple photo would be enough to convince someone to kill themselves. And even if that photo fell into someone else's hands, it wouldn't inspire them to go out and kill the victim. Of course not. However, these are no ordinary circumstances. I once activated a power beyond the ken of mortal men. I caused Ruri Hanato to die by her own hand or by the hand of another. I need to find a way to manifest my power once more, to prove that I, Corpse Girl, have the power of death and destruction at my fingertips. Once a new victim perishes, I know it will pave the way to more and more deaths. My website will gain popularity and become more than just an urban myth. Girl, this is not the kind of clout you want. This is not the kind of clout you want. Nuh-uh. No. People will live their lives in fear, forever wondering if Corpse Girl is lurking behind the next text message they receive. Yes, I can see the future I crave so clearly in my mind. I'm close to achieving my goal. I know I am. And when my dream comes true, I can finally... Tuesday. The incessant chirping of birds gently kindles the embers of my consciousness. My heavy eyelids open to find my body contorted before me. Legs splayed across the couch in the most uncomfortable position I can imagine. I groan and twist my torso, letting my spine pop and crack until the aches in my body drift away. I need to stop falling asleep on the couch. I'm still young, but I can't handle a night away from my comfortable bed. My eyes fall upon my open laptop, laying on its side on the floor. The screen is blank, the battery drained. I briefly panic, hoping against hope that I saved my work before falling asleep. I stumble to my feet and pick up the laptop, then charge towards the power outlet. I plug in and boot up, revitalizing the mechanical beast and feeling a wave of relief as the whirring of the internal fan signified the breath of life. The screen flickers and bathes my eyes in harsh light. My eyes squint against my will and make out the image before me. The mutilated corpse of my last victim, perfection in picture form. The timestamp in the lower corner reads May 27th, 11:07 a.m., tomorrow's date. The photo is ready to be sent out. If I send it now, the victim will receive it immediately, notice the date, and realize her death is imminent. It's time to set the wheels of demise in motion. Leaving my laptop at the outlet, I quickly dart into the kitchen. Well, to call it a kitchen is misleading. It's simply a tiled area connected to my living space with a small refrigerator, microwave oven, and single hot plate. A small stack of drawers is nestled next to the fridge, and I pull open the second drawer from the top. Plunging my hand inside is always an odd sensation. My fingers get buried underneath a dozen cheap plastic flip phones. I grasp one of the phones between my thumb and forefinger and remove it from the drawer. It's a scratched up pink model from 2010 or so, a relic from a time not all that long ago, but that may as well be forgotten. Flip phones. I had one. Fun. I flip the screen up and turn the device on, relieved to see this artifact still holds power. To be fair, I charged up all of these phones just a few weeks ago, but the fact they retain a charge after being inactive for so long is a testament to their engineering. Yep, burner phones. In any shady line of work, these kinds of phones are referred to as burners. cheap, disposable devices that are discarded as soon as their purpose is fulfilled. I acquire them by rather unsavory means, but that's neither here or there. Clearly. Wow. Yeah, I just have burner phones. It's no biggie. I just use them for my murderous tendencies. You know, it's fine. I use these phones to send out the photos I make. By doing this, I avoid using my personal phone and thus prevent anything from being traced back to me. When a photo has been sent, I keep the burner phone for 24 hours, just in case the victim sends a reply. I know I get a good laugh out of that. Of course, I don't keep the phone on my person. I store it in an old shed out back of my apartment building. When 24 hours have passed, I remove the phone SIM card, snap it in half, and discard it with the combustible trash. The phone itself gets smashed and trashed in the dumpsters outside a convenience store. I also delete the photos off my hard drive and clear my internet history. Obviously, I don't even use my own internet connection at home. I leech off of my gullible neighbor's Wi-Fi. Yes. The legendary Nokia durability. But the Nokia is not a flip phone. It's just a brick. But yeah, wow. Poor neighbor. Getting their Wi-Fi being, like, leeched off of. Poor neighbor. He's under the impression I can't afford my own internet connection. Whether or not I convinced him of such is irrelevant. So he's happy to share his connection with me. Should the police ever try to track my actions, they'll only be led straight to my neighbor. I've gone to great lengths to ensure my actions are untraceable. This has all been in anticipation of my inevitable success. Yep. Guess the death photo she makes to her neighbor's screen. Indeed. Looking down at the pink phone in my hand, I clear my mind and focus on the task before me. The photo is transferred easily from my laptop to the burner phone. Once complete, I open the text messaging app and enter the victim's phone number. I leave the message field blank, but I attach the photo, of course. The victim will receive an empty text message from an unknown number, with only an image attached. The message is just about ready to send, but there's one more flourish I like to add. I open a particular app I previously downloaded to every burner phone. It's simply called Number Mask, and it's one of the most ingenious apps I ever used. The app asks for the number I want to use. I punch in my memorized trademark, 666-3666-2666-4666. Of course, it is. Now when I send a text message, the caller will see these numbers appear on the caller ID. Not only does it mask the burner phone's real phone number, but it's an extra calling card to help boost my infamy. Oh my god. The clout chasing. She is literally clout chasing. And like in the worst path possible of clout chasing. Like this is, the Aokigahara Forest incident all over again. But like worse. I smirk, my thumb hovering over the send message button. This is it. This is going to be my long-awaited victory. The second victim to end up dead. I just know it. This is the stepping stone to my success. The second of many bodies that will pave the way to my glory. I send the message. Oh. Just checking. I arrive at work on time, just as usual. My handbag is heavy with the weight of several cans of coffee, hopefully enough to help me power through the day after having had such a late night. I can't help but yawn loudly as I wait for the elevator in the lobby. Just before the elevator doors open, my phone starts to ring. I step aside and answer the call.
Hey. Hi, Noriko. Good morning. Did I call at a bad time? Not at all. I'm just about to go into the office.
Oh, it's Aoi.
Should I call back later?
She was a friend of, our old main character. Surprised they're connected, but that's good to know.
It's no problem. Don't stress. Okay, sorry.
The nervous, apologetic girl on the other end of the call is Aoi Sato, an old school friend from back in the day. Though we never really had any common interest, we used to be inseparable at school. She was shy, I was introverted. It was a combination that worked in our favor, even if our conversations were a little on the boring side. To say we're no longer shy and introverted wouldn't be entirely true. Aoi has gotten better. She's definitely more outgoing, but she still suffers from a great deal of social anxiety. As for me, I'm still pretty introverted. My tolerance for being around other people has improved a bit, but I do prefer solitude, and visiting places I've never been to before puts me on edge. To call Aoi my best friend wouldn't be accurate. She's my closest confidant. Even so, she knows nothing about my part-time masquerading as corpse girl. No one does. I plan to keep it that way.
So, Aoi, what did you want to talk about? Oh, well, you see, that guy at work is still bothering me, and I wanted to see if you had any more advice for me. Ah, jeez. The older guy that always hits on you. Yeah.
Oh boy, poor Aoi.
Creep. You're 19, for God's sake. He must be, what, 50?
Oh no, poor Aoi.
I think he's 52.
Oh, that's poor girl, man.
You know his actual age? Well, whatever. If he's still bothering you, you have to take a stand. He's not your coworker, right? Just a regular customer? That's right.
Ah, poor girl, poor girl.
Then tell your
Customers
manager.
like that are
Have
just
him banned from the
problematic.
business.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do.
I can't talk to the manager. I don't want to cause trouble for the company.
Causing trouble to the company for this reason is a good thing. Do not be afraid to cause trouble to the company if customers are just being like that to you.
Jeez, girl. Sometimes you need to stand on your own 2 feet. I know. Well, if talking to the manager is out of the question, then you need to be firm with the creep.
Indeed.
Tell him you won't stand for being groped anymore. His behavior is simply unacceptable, and if he won't change, you won't serve him anymore. He's scary, Noriko. I don't know if I can confront him like that.
Oh, poor girl, poor girl. You need to. Oh, you need to. You need to.
He's always drunk. Even before he comes into the place. I try not to serve him too much, but... Are you sure you can't quit that stupid job? Working at a maid cafe really doesn't suit you at all. I thought you wanted a government position.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to inconvenience the corporations, especially in situations like this. Always inconvenience them, because your safety is top priority. At least it should be.
I do. I want to work in a cozy office, kind of like you, but you know I don't have any qualifications. Why don't I see if there's anything open here? Or maybe Shinya can help out. He got me this job, remember? Shinya, maybe. He was always a nice guy, right?
Indeed. Okay.
He's super nice. Stick in the mud, but a nice one. Noriko, don't be mean. Yeah. You want me to ask? Yes, please. If it's no trouble. It's no trouble. I'll talk to Shinya. Then maybe you can quit that crappy job and come work with me. That really does sound wonderful. Thank you, Noriko. I'd be so lost without you.
I end the call and heave a sigh. Having to go and ask Shinya about a job actually is a pain in the ass, but I never admit that to Aoi. I want to help the poor girl, I really do. I do nearly anything for her. The elevator arrives at the lobby, and I step inside as soon as the door opens.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Shinya.
Fujikawa, good morning.
Shinya takes me by surprise as I exit the elevator. Has he been waiting for me here?
I wanted to catch you before we sit down to work. I sent you another friend request.
Oh, Shinya.
Make sure you got it this time.
Shinya. You absolute fool! You fool! Did you really? Oh, this poor child. This poor child has no clue. Oh, this is so sad.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What am I supposed to do when he puts me on the spot like this? I try not to groan as I get my phone out and open up noise. It's impossible to hide my screen from Shinya's piercing gaze.
Well, what do you know? I have a new friend request.
Oh, great. It worked this time. Go ahead and accept it, please.
Exactly! He's a foolish fool! A foolish fool who doesn't know. Oh, Shinya. I know you don't know about the whole, psychopath thing. But, even before then, please take the hint. This poor girl is not interested in you. Oh, you poor, poor child. You poor, poor child. The girl is not interested in you. Oh, child. I feel so bad.
Yeah, sure thing.
I hesitantly accept a friend request. A little fireworks animation pops up on the screen with a celebratory message about making a new friend.
Yay! Looks like we're officially friends now. So, can I call you Noriko from now on?
Pyroar, no. So far, she has not killed anyone. She just, makes death photos for the lulz. Edits people's dead pictures in for the lulz and sends it to them. She doesn't know that. Well, I mean, she knew she had the power to kill, but, she doesn't actually go kill them, basically. It's on God's will. But yeah, Shinya, you're still a fool. Oh, Shinya, you poor fool. You poor lovesick fool. I've never cared much for formalities. I try to adhere to them in the workplace, but honestly, I don't care if people refer to me by my first or last name, regardless of whether they're friends or not.
That's fine. You can call me Noriko.
Shinya's eyes light up. That seems to have made the boy happy.
Thank you. Oh, you can call me Shinya, of course.
Shinya, you fool. You absolute fool.
Shinya. Hey, we've known each other since junior high, right? Shouldn't we have been on a first-name basis anyway?
True, but we're in the office now, you know? It wouldn't do if you started working here and called me Shinya right away.
I suppose.
Anyway, I'm really glad we're proper friends now, Noriko. Maybe we can get a coffee sometime.
Shinya, you fool! Even if you don't know about her psychopathic self, this is a fool's game. This is literally a fool's game. I cannot believe. Oh, Shinya, you absolute fool. Basically. Yeah, basically, she photoshops the pictures of people's deaths before she sends it to them. For the lulz again. For the lulz for her. I can't help but feel he's trying to push his luck as far as it will go. Any suspicions I had about him having a crush on me are now confirmed. I brush a stray lock of hair out of my face and smile as sweetly as I can while I change the subject.
Hey, actually, I wanted to ask you something. Are there any more temp jobs available here right now?
Oh, this poor boy.
Jobs, huh? Are you looking to pick up extra hours?
No, not exactly. I'm asking for a friend who needs a new job.
Friend of Noriko's. Well, let's see.
Oh, Shinya.
We pretty much always have data entry roles up for grabs. Unless your friend wants something more interesting? Do they have any particular qualifications?
Not really. Data entry is more than fine. Actually, you already know who I'm talking about. Remember Aoi Sato?
Aoi Sato. Yes, I think I do remember her. That really shy girl from our school days, correct?
That's her, yeah.
Wow. I never knew you were still in touch with school friends, Noriko.
Aoi's probably the only one. We're fairly close.
Is that so? As for me, I don't really have any friends from back then.
You have... Pyro, you also have weird friend. You had a weird friend. Like, even with my personal fascination with, like, true crime and such, like, there's only so much you can, like, watch of it, you know? Like, it's not something, like, I personally binge a whole day on, you know? Not for me. Shinya, you are an absolute fool. Shinya's heartbreaking confession doesn't surprise me too much. He doesn't strike me as the type of person to have many friends at all. Sure, I'm the same, but...
No, but what am I saying? We're friends now. So I guess I do keep in touch
Yeah,
with
we
school
do
friends.
probably have experiences with the bed, and we're friends. True.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, I'll ask my superior if we can get Sato an interview. Is that okay?
I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Shinya.
Yeah, indeed. Ex-friends. That's fair enough. Ex-friends.
No problem. Leave it to me.
Oh, Shinya. He gives me an awkward salute before skipping away. Our little exchange has obviously made him pretty happy. Oh, Shinya. You're an absolute fool, Shinya. An absolute fool. For some reason, something that Tomoe Watanabe said yesterday pops into my head. She mentioned that I'm leading Shinya on. But that's not true, is it? I shake the thought out of my head. I'm just being nice to him. That's not wrong, is it? I take a seat at my desk and perform my morning ritual. From my handbag, I retrieve my headphones, coffee, and breath mints. Computer on, music playing, coffee open. My fingers tap rhythmically against the keyboard and I slip into the usual workday trance.
So, I see that you're connected with Shinya on noise now, huh?
My walk to the train station is interrupted by a familiar grating voice.
Sounds like both of you are getting on pretty well. How did you...
Of course, Tomoe and I are already friends on Noise. She would have seen the notification when I accepted Shinya's request. It's actually kind of strange that Tomoe and I are connected through the app. We added each other on my first day of work, before I learned how much of an intolerable excuse for a human being she is. We simply never deleted each other, even after all these months. Her posts are entertaining anyway. Really committing to the hate follow. Really committing to it. Yes, hi Tomoe, the only sane person. Because Shinya's a poor fool. And since I rarely ever post anything myself, she probably forgot we were connected at all until today.
Now look, don't get me wrong, you hear? I ain't actually interested in Shinya. Nah, I'm real happy for you both, like.
Oh, if only. If only.
But what I can't stand is a skank like yourself getting some while I'm over here all dry like a desert.
Hey, man. Live your life, Tomoe. Live your life.
What the hell are you talking about? It pisses me off that guys just sluts like you, and you barely have to put in any work.
Tomoe.
Meanwhile, nice girls like me gotta put in so much effort to even get noticed.
Oh, Tomoe. Tomoe.
You think all of this is just natural? I put so much effort into how I look, you know? And guys like Shinya don't even bat an eyebrow at me.
Oh, Tomoe, Tomoe.
You mean bat an eyelid, right? Whatever, it don't matter. I'm sick of skanks like you getting everything for nothing.
Oh, Tomoe.
Look, let me be honest with you. I'm not interested in Shinya, and I'm not trying to be with him.
I mean, I guess you can consider it that way. Also, I guess, at her point, she's not serial killer, it's, I guess, mass killer, because, like, I'm not quite sure how that's supposed to exactly go with, how you describe it, but, like, yeah, she killed a lot more. So many.
I don't chase guys, and it's pretty rare that they chase me. You've got me all wrong. Like I believe you. Do you spend your time chasing chicks then? That's not your business. But you don't have to worry about me pursuing Shinya. Tell you what, any guy at the office is all yours, okay? I'm not interested. Oh, is that how it's gonna be, slut? You think no one is good enough for you, but they're good enough for me?
Oh, Tomoe, 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 you're just thinking too much into this.
You're just like all the other girls. You think I'm worth being pitied? You think I need it?
Tomoe, Tomoe, Tomoe.
Well, I don't want your pity. You're nothing but a fake skank.
Y'all need to calm down, girl. Tomoe pushes forward, her bulk forcing me off the sidewalk and into the thicket of the trees bordering the path. Oh, shit. Fighting. The burning slap across my face comes out of nowhere. I'm blinded by white stars and my entire face feels like it's on fire. The strike is hard, sharp, vicious. It happened so suddenly that I'm having difficulty processing it. I stumble, but my legs don't quite give out. My mind races, trying to put together what just happened. Tomoe hit me. Why? Why did she hit me? There's a strange sort of disconnect in my mind. My body doesn't feel like my own. Like this isn't actually happening to me, but rather I'm watching it happen to someone else. Time seems to slow down and speed up all at once. The slap replays twice in my mind before Tomoe's hand even leaves my face. I catch a glimpse of her furious expression, red and strained and overcome with anger. The fight's actually happening.
I hate you. I hate everyone like you. Don't pity me.
The second strike connects with my chin and I flinch, my entire body paralyzed with pain. She hit me again?
Stop. I hate you. I hate you.
I mean, everything you say can come true. If sometimes, indeed. Also, oh my god, encouraging the fight by Roar. Tomoe has lost it. She's absolutely furious, and I can't figure out what I did wrong. Her third attack is a curled fist aimed straight at my stomach. Through sheer luck or complete accident, I tumble backward, nearly avoiding the punch, instead landing on my rear. The pavement is rough and hard, but I'm sure it feels a lot better than taking a fisted gut. Tomoe screams and rushes at me, but I scramble to my feet and grab her by the wrists. She flails wildly, her eyes looking like they'll pop out of her skull at any given second. Her breathing is harsh and ragged, and tears of rage have caused a flood of clotted makeup to run down her face.
Calm down. Calm down.
She struggles against me, slowly giving in as my tight grip prevents her from attacking me any further. She begins to sob softly.
I hate you. I hate everything about you.
With a great pull, Tomoe frees herself from my grip. She steps away, cursing, then runs past me. I blink in disbelief as she breaks into a sprint, heading in the direction of the train station. I raise a hand to my tender face and touch it gently. The stinging sensation is completely new to me. Never before have I been attacked like that.
What the hell was all that about? I can't believe she hit me.
I can't believe she did either, but like, okay. The pack of frozen vegetables pressed against my face soothes my swollen jaw, but does very little to calm my nerves. I'm still on edge after what happened today. Tomoe actually physically attacked me, all because I said something, I'm not sure what, that provoked her anger. Maybe that girl is more complicated than I gave her credit for. Yes, she probably is. Seems like she has her own inner demons, just like the rest of us. I've replayed the event in my head 100 times since returning home, without confronting Tomoe about it. I don't think I'll ever figure out what incited her aggression. But I don't plan on talking to her about it anytime soon. I wouldn't say I'm scared of her, but I don't exactly want to encourage a repeat performance. I rest a bag of frozen vegetables on the small coffee table next to me. I think I've done all I can to reduce the painful swelling for now. Sighing and leaning back, I let the soft padding of the couch consume my body as I sink deeper. My eyes glaze over as I bring my phone to my face. My fingers lazily tap and scroll as I look through a carefully curated obituary newsfeed, a list of deaths that have been reported throughout the day. Using a set of handy filters, I narrowed the feed down to include only women's deaths in their age range of 30 to 50. I set the location to cover all of Japan. Ooh. Maybe. That is possible. I immediately exclude any results that mentions natural causes of death. I'm looking for specific causes. Suicides or, as in, more often reported, accidents. Of course I'm looking to find out whether my latest victim has offed herself yet. Should this string return no results, then it's pretty easy to look up recent murders. They're few and far between. Between suicides, accidents, and murders, I've covered all the potential ways my victim could die. 9 out of 10 of the search results include a photograph of the deceased. Not a photo of their corpse, mind you. This isn't the database of the deceased I'm looking through. Rather, it's usually a nice flattering picture of the recently departed, submitted by their kin to go along with their obituary. I used the photo submitted with the obituaries to compare and match with the images of my victims. This is the only reliable way I have to discover whether or not my victims have perished. If I knew a victim's name, I could easily look up their current fate, but my website doesn't ask for that information. Call it respect for the victim's privacy, but there's a lot more to it than that. But that's a topic to dwell on another day. Tonight's search turns up with no solid leads. I'm disappointed, but the result isn't entirely unexpected. After all, I set the date on my latest victim's photograph to tomorrow. There's still time for her to freak out and end it all. I decide to go to sleep early tonight. I'm not even feeling hungry enough to eat the cheap convenience store meal that's been sitting in my fridge since yesterday. I mean, again, it's an interesting idea. We'll see if it plays out, hopefully. Though, if I go to sleep now, it will feel like tomorrow arrives sooner. Tomorrow, I'll have to see Tomoe at work. There's no way I can avoid her since her desk is so close to mine. The idea doesn't sit well with me. On the other hand, my victim might conquer herself, which would definitely make me feel better. It could very well be my next success, and the suspense is just about enough to kill me tomorrow. Loading. We are loading. We are loading. And we're here. Wednesday morning. And you know, I think this is a good place to leave it off. I mean, a 2-hour stream isn't that bad. We've saved the game. And like I said, 2-hour stream is pretty good considering. So, with that, let's do the usual. Which is check Twitter. Check the art hashtag. Yes, indeed, we're leaving it on a cliffhanger. Probably nothing new, which is okay. No new fan art, totally okay. Anything to support? Latest. No, nothing new to support in the hashtag, which is just fine. Now let me turn that off real quick and see if we can go raid someone today, because that is also very important. Ooh, we can totally raid her. Let's see who else is on. Okay, yes. So, let's switch back over to the gaming screen. And I think we're going to raid Arikia today. So if you haven't been to my stream before, what I do is, well, as we see, we have her stream up. But since I can't actually direct you there, what I personally do, at least I can't direct you there right now, because I need like a certain amount of subs to like give you. So then they allow you to personally like raid people while you're live here on YouTube. But found kind of my own way to circumvent that. Here's the link to her live stream. And now the message here will be Yes. Yes. This will be the message. And again, let her know that I sent you over. Like, click the link. Make sure you either copy the message or make sure you type the message into her chat right here. And again, let her know that I sent you. And with that, I say thank you for coming to my stream today. And I hope you're all having a wonderful day and a wonderful night tomorrow. Thank you and goodbye.